Let's get Mark in Texas. He wanted to say hello to Stephen Pearcy.
Sure.
Go ahead, Mark. You're on the air.
Hey guys, what's going on? Hey Stephen, you guys have been talking about Robin quite a bit, so just wanted to share a memory. Actually, the first show I actually worked on a crew was 1985, Invasion of Your Privacy, when you were opening for. You were the headliner. Bon Jovi was the opener, and Robin. I happened to be working at a electronics store. We sold all kinds of like high-end electronic stuff. Anyway, we carried Alpine stereo, and I had an Alpine shirt on, and it had the slogan, "I've got the touch." And Robin and John Bon Jovi walked up to me. I was checking something on the very back part of the stage before sound check, and they both walked up to me, and Robin came to my defense. John looked at me and said, "Hey, I've got the touch. What are you, gay or something?" And Robin put his arm around me. He said, "Hey, man, leave him alone. He set up our stage," that kind of thing, just clowning with me a little bit. But Robin seemed like a really, really good guy.
He was.
One thing I remember on that particular day was when you guys did sound check, and I see this happen a lot. You came out and you did about, I don't know, bits and parts of probably 4 or 5 songs, and one of the songs you did, and I think you played it in its entirety, was Between the Eyes, but it's interesting because you didn't play it that night. And I think it's one of the best songs on the record back then, but just thought that was kind of cool.
Thanks. Back then, Between the Eyes, it might have been in the set.
Would you guys? I've seen bands do that though before. They'll come out and sound check something and warm up to something. Yeah, something different, not necessarily it being in the set though.
Sure. Or try a new song idea. Is what we're doing now. We're throwing around ideas up there every now and then. I mean, Jordan sent me something way cool, and but you're right. You get up on stage, sound check, and want to play some bass line or what Dave just did. Half tempo a tune.
Right.
Or a riff, and everybody just follows through, and hey, that's a great idea.
And by the way, I just saw you. The last time I saw you was on when you did the East Meets West tour with Extreme back in 2009, I believe. And thought it was great. That was when you had Warren was there and Carlos was there. Carlos Cavazzo, and I thought that was interesting. Just briefly, I'll get off phone here, but talk about him for a minute, being in the band. And
who?
Thank
Carlos?
You guys. Appreciate it. Carlos, yes.
No problem. Carlos, he's a good guy. We actually co-wrote a couple of songs together on Infestation and Eat Me Up Alive and Best of Me.
Real good record. Infestation was, I thought.
It was almost there, and Warren would probably say the same thing. Almost, we haven't had intentions to put it in between, or try to hit between Cellar and Invasion type of a gig.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, we actually did think about these things,
right.
Sometimes.
Right. Let's say hello to Joe, who's in Philly.
Yes.
Joe is on the air. Joe, you're on with Stephen Pearcy.
Joe.
How you doing, Stephen?
Good. Hey, what's up?
Real quick, I'm pretty good friends with Donnie Syracuse, and for those who don't know who Donnie is, he was one of Stephen's guitar players in Arcade. And as you know, Donnie's a character. He told me one story when he first came out there. There was an earthquake. I don't think you were home, but he was hiding under your dining room table with your dogs.
Right.
And do you have any good stories about Donnie from the road that you could share with us here on the air? It would be greatly appreciated.
No, I couldn't. I couldn't. That band was pretty crazy. We drove Fred Corey from Cinderella was in that band. We started it. It was crazy. We were crazy. Freddie, he had it together a little bit.
Donnie's a very underrated, great guitar player. Donnie smokes.
Yeah, he's good. He's really good. He's has a restaurant out in his homeland.
Yeah, High Street Cafe.
High Street Cafe. There's your plug, Donnie. Give me my free turtle meat that you sell there.
Turtle meat.
It's like an exotic. It's an exotic food place.
Oh my God.
I don't know if they have turtle meat, but crumpled monkey meat.
Thank you, Joe, for the call. I appreciate it. Wasn't Arcade supposed to come together and do a show on the Monsters of Rock cruise a few years ago? Wasn't there talk of there being a reunion?
I think that's possible.
Still?
Yeah.
Still possible?
No. Fred's locked into his TV and whatever, and
yeah.
I have so many things going on, but this is a priority.
How did that band come together, Arcade?
Fred wasn't doing much, and I wanted a break from Rat, and the Robin situation was, getting a little heavy. So I had to take a step back, and say, stop before we're all dead.
Right.
It was nonstop for a good 9 years. And we just decided, hey, what are you doing? Nothing. Cinderella? No. Let's start a band. It was that easy. It was supposed to be called Taboo first, not Arcade. A little trivia. And then we just called it Arcade, and away we went. Two records on Sony, Epic Sony, and it was good. And matter of fact, we opened up for Bon Jovi Arcade later around that time, 92,
is that right?
93 or something.
And then, as the caller mentioned, Bon Jovi opened for you guys.
Yeah, on Invasion tour.
On the Invasion. And they had just released, Slippery? Before Slippery broke, or was it 7800, the album before?
It was 7800.
What do you remember?
I believe.
What are your recollections of that?
It was fun.
Yeah.
I mean, hey, all we were doing back then is trying to find, at least we're smart there, find the best bands to open up.
Right.
We weren't, bothered by how good anybody was. We just want a lot of people at the party, Did you have any idea, seeing Bon Jovi in those early days, what they would become? And did you have any feel where it was headed? No. We knew they were great.
Yeah.
Good band,
Yeah.
And, we pretty much called some good bands. It's like Poison when we had them open up,
right.
Same thing. We just wanted good bands, good new, fresh bands that, got lucky.
Of all your years in Rat, do you have a moment, whether it be live or on record or whatever, where you feel that was like the definitive moment, a definitive memory, whether it's playing for an audience, a festival, a show, where you really felt like, wow, this is something beyond what I thought this was going to happen?
Oh, yes. Headlining Madison Square Gardens,
I was at that show.
And LA Forum. I mean, you start doing these big venues, headlining, it's pretty cool,
I remember seeing you guys at the Garden. I think it was on the Dancing Undercover record that you did.
You're
Garden,
correct,
right?
Yeah, with Poison opening.
And I remember there was a moment in that show. Correct me if I'm wrong, but didn't a point in the show come where you laid down flat and the lighting rig came lowered down to just like inches,
right, in 2 inches from my face.
Wait, yeah.
And I would just lay there with the mic in between my legs, and it'd come down, and I'd grab it and move like I was riding a bicycle until it picked me up, until I went, okay, that's high enough, and then I'd let go,
Did that freak you out ever when it was that thing
of course
down, that heavy thing coming down in your face?
No, that didn't bother me. It was like, how far, when to let go? Because, we were like party time back then, 24/7. You might go, oh, it's not that far, but in fact, it's like 20 feet,
Yeah. Were there any stage mishaps or anything crazy that went on over the
No, all the time.
Years?
One spinning his bass, flying over here or there, and everybody tripping all over, Robin falling off stage, walking to the stage, trippy stuff. But.
And for people that don't know the story, the Rat videos early on, a lot of them featured Milton Berle.
A couple of them. Round and Round and Back for More.
And that was because it was his nephew at the time that managed you, right?
Our manager, Marshall, he was Milton's nephew.
And what was it like hanging with Uncle Milty back in the day?
Way cool.
Yeah.
Because we would go to those friar clubs with the real comedians, back then, the Sheckies and all of them, and sit in the audience at the friars clubs, and he'd poke at us, It was cool.
Yeah, so you actually hung with him. It wasn't just he showed up in the video and then split. You actually.
No. We hung out, talked, and.
Did he ever come on the road?
No.
He'd show up at some shows, I bet, though, right?
I don't remember if he ever did.
Because back in those
days,
he
was a pretty much in and out kind of guy.
Yeah.
Get him a limo, do his thing. All right, you crazy rats, and see you later. see it.
Because I would think like those videos were so big and so on MTV every 5 minutes that there were people that didn't even know who he was.
Right.
They were just like an older dude in the rap videos. It's really funny. And I would think that he would walk into a Rat show, forgetting about it. He'd probably be mobbed if he went to see you, just from the videos, if even people didn't know it was Milton Berle.
Right. Yeah, he was quite a character. On the Round and Round video, Don Letts was producing it or something, and Marshall. But when Milton went in there, he pretty much created that part right on the spot where he played a woman.
Yeah.
Because that was his shtick.
Yeah.
In his day, that was his gig, dressing up as a crazy lady, He played both parts, and it's amazing. It was crazy. And he told us, have fun. Don't take yourselves too seriously. That's why our videos are kind of tongue in cheek, here and there. We're not all serious. It's a party,
Did you like making the videos back in the day?
You had no choice, but they were fun. It's crazy because, Rob used to say, all of a sudden we're TV people, actors. All of a sudden we're actors, you have to act. And it got kind of silly. I'm sure a lot of us look back and go, oh, that was fucking nuts, But it was fun.
Do you have a favorite?
I like the live stuff, We throw in the live footage and those.
I always thought Wanted Man looked like it would be fun to make.
That was fun. We were coming from a gig, and I believe it was old Tucson. And next thing you know, it's 8 a.m, get off the bus, and you're making a video riding horses.
Yeah.
But it was cool because, we became cowboys. Yeah. Fucked up cowboys.
And then You're in Love was the one where someone portrayed you as a little kid, right?
Yeah, right.
At the birthday party.
Yeah. What do you want for your birthday?
Yeah. Man, I don't know about you, man, but I miss the days of now you put out a video, people go and look at it on their phones.
Sure.
It's just like, you remember, God, rat videos were like world premiere major events.
Actually, I counted them the other day, and I think we did 19 or something.
19 videos.
Yeah.
A lot of overhead, a lot of recoupables there, right, buddy?
Early days, yeah, right? Yeah.
That's the other thing people don't forget. Those things cost money, and you were on the hook for them. You got to pay the money back.
Of course. And more money that you never knew about.
Right.
Oh, by the way, we didn't tell you it cost an extra $200. Okay.
And those videos, though, now it's interesting when you see them. I mean, they're still around. You see them in casinos and stuff. You'll see all the old videos pop up on the screens at a Hard Rock or something.
Sure.
It really takes you back to that time. I get a kick out of seeing them again.
And then and then the videos we did for movies, like Point Break or
Nobody Rides for Free. Yeah.
Yeah, and then we did all kinds. We had a few movies with videos in there.
Yeah, I love that song. Actually, Nobody Rides for Free. It's a great tune. Well, listen, man, this was too much fun. We started a new band today.
Yeah, and it sold 1 million records yesterday. And we're breaking up when the record comes out.
Navarro's already in a dispute. He's at his agents up the street. They're fighting over name ownership.
And merch.
By the way, I shouldn't even be joking with you about this because this is all of this is way too close to home.
Yeah,
for you.
Let's not go there.
So let's forget that.
That was like a nightmare that finally ended, but we're in a beautiful place now, and it's fucking way cool.
I mean, I'm joking about this stuff, but Steven's lived this more than one time over with more than one different person, so there's no secret there. So
it's rock and roll, man.
Yeah, it's rock and roll. So, but these are my favorite shows when everybody just comes in and hangs. Nobody with a heavy promo agenda, just talking rock, talking about history, and even great that we got Dave to jam a little bit with you. That sounded great. It was a lot of fun. So, anything else you want to mention before we wrap up?
Well, if you go to the website, theratpack.com, the dates are up. We're adding a few more, or a handful more before the end of the year, and then prepare for 2020.
So next year's where you're really going to take it out and maybe
worldwide.
Have some new music and really go out and play around the world.
Yeah. I'll be 100%, and we're, walking a fine straight line, and it's all good.
Good. Well, take care of those knees. And,